Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. And here on this live stream, going to get a very nice hour or more. We will see how the stream goes of tinkering around in the studio. We're going to be playing around with some live looping, vocals only. As you are currently hearing going on. Bringing in the synth as well. My regulars know what it is. Speaking of whom, we got Reconsider It live streams. Welcome. You made the right decision joining us. We want you here. Right now we are hanging out. We are getting ourselves situated, just warmed up, getting the blood flowing, the movement. We're doing it. Right now we're just getting warmed up to this beat that I slapped together before the stream began. And at this time, in this warm-up moment, I need to celebrate. Right now we got more of our regulars. Is in the place. And also now. Friends, to the degree that I must celebrate, I must celebrate. At this time, I must celebrate. Whether you're joining us here live in the chat, or you're joining us in the live but you're not in the chat, or you are joining us after the stream, watching on replay, however you're joining us, thank you for being here. I'm going to celebrate you in this way. I'm grabbing my drink. I've got my drink. This is going to be really good, my friends. My regulars know what this is all about as well. I'm going to count up to 3. I'm going to clink the screen. At that time, you are invited to join the rest of us as we clink along. 1. We are going to celebrate our togetherfulness on 3. It's going to be really, really impressive. Here it comes. Ready? 2. Oh, you are going to love all of this togetherfulness and how it feels as we do this together now on 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Good. That is very good. I love connecting with you like this. Please like this video. I feel very warmed up. There's just so much up. And it's not like a cold up. It's not that kind of up. It's like a very warmed up. So, in this tinkering session, we have an F sharp going. For my musician friends who like to jam along, this is an F sharp. Beats per minute is 117.0. And I'll be adding another loop. Bringing in the synth. Let's bring in the synth. Caught up on the chat. And I see my man Jack says, I like that harmonized layer. Are you talking about what you hear right now? Is that the harmonized you're talking about? I also see Warheart just chimed in. And Warheart says, this is really helpful for study or doing something focused. That's some good feedback, my man. I'm glad to hear that you feel that way. Maybe I should use that information and do some kind of search engine optimization, or I don't know if that, I don't even know anything about that. I just kind of start streaming. Good for study. Focus music. I think I've seen focus music be a thing. that down actually. Jack says that the harmonized layer he's talking about indeed was this one right here, this thing. Nice. I'm glad you like it actually because, well, I mean because I'm just glad you like it, period. But I also recently adopted a new approach to how I do that harmony type thing there. And it sounds like, at least in this one particular case, something's working all right. Says, yeah, that chant and also the higher register. Yeah, that higher register one, when I made that earlier, I was like, oh, this one's good. That's something that like a dentist could use to drill into your tooth with that sound. I see Duzbox also adding that it's true about the whole like study, focus, relax thing. This Thursday session is right as my workday ends, and it just chills me out. Great end to the day. Once again, that's really good feedback to hear, because I am reconsidering how I schedule my weekly streams. And I'm considering changing up and adding to. What I mean is, I'm considering expanding my content palette. So I'm thinking, one, leaning harder into these streams, the Tinker in the Studio stream, where it's just like dwelling on a beat for a really long time and like pulling things in and out, doing the synthesizer stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing this more. Yeah, that's good. I'm thinking of doing that more in the streams. It's gonna be real nice. And so doing more Tinker in the Studio streams. Still doing Loops and Chill streams where that's an hour of like more concise beats, just like 5 or 6 minutes, doing a tight arrangement, all improvised still. So keep those Loops and Chill streams as well, but I might not do them twice a week. I might do them like once a week, or do them once every 2 weeks or something. I'm not sure exactly what my new stream cadence will be. And I probably will experiment for a brief period. But still keep 2 days of guaranteed stream time. Right now my 2 days are Wednesday and Saturday. Loops and Chill, guaranteed stream times. change the days and the times. And I might not necessarily do loops and chill in both time slots. So here's why I'm saying this. Because Dubsbox inspired me to say this. Because if Thursday is a good time slot, maybe that's one of the ones I will consider as I move my time slots around. I'm also considering Sunday. Sunday seems like a pretty good time. Sunday at like 1 Eastern US time zone. But that's still, I'm just like thinking it over. So that's one thing that might change about my live streams, is the time, the day and time per week, the day and time each week when there is a guaranteed hour. And the second thing that might change is during those 2 guaranteed hours each week, what exactly is the show? Do you get 1 loops and chill and 1 tinkering the studio guaranteed each week? Do I do something else? Because I'm also considering adding 2 different types of content into the mix and just seeing like what's helpful. My primary goal is to do something that's good for you, that brings value to you. And so I'm considering doing 2 things that I'm not doing now, which are as follows. And I invite your feedback on all this, which is why I'm sharing it. I don't know exactly where things are going to go, but if you have any preferences or leanings on these things, I want to gather that data and see what's most beneficial, what brings the most value to you. So in addition to loops and chill, which is the hour of a bunch of beats back to back, and also in addition to tinkering in a studio, which is really like lounging on beats and lollygagging and just, taking forever on everything and talking a lot, as I'm doing right now, and bringing in the synthesizer and all this. In addition to both of those streams, I am considering doing no talking streams where it's purely music. It would be similar to, like musically, it would be similar to what I'm doing here. Like really drawn out beats for, a half hour. How far are we already? We're a half hour into this stream. And of course, being a half hour into the stream, we are very blessed right now because has joined us. So I'm considering introducing these no talking streams where it'll just be basically like this, dwelling on a beat for a half an hour, 45 minutes, bringing in the synthesizer, but just no talking at all. And I'd probably do that for, an hour or whatever. So I might toy with that and see whether that's any good. The other one that I wasn't planning to do myself, but I have heard a couple of requests for me to do technical videos about the loopers. and like talk about the, you know, settings and the sound effects and things. I hadn't thought to do that for myself. But again, as I say, my goal is I want to provide value for you. And I've received that request that says talk about the loop. I just don't know what exactly it would be. Which parts of the looper settings and such would be of interest. So I don't know how I'm going to handle that. Maybe I just say more of what I'm doing. I'm not sure. Or just maybe I can start by leaning harder into describing the sound effects. You know, technically, okay, you hear this sound here. Oh, you like this one? Here, listen to this. Let me tell you what went into it and go into the technical details more. I could experiment with that, perhaps. I also see right now, as I get caught up in the chat, that's my favorite part of the streams, by the way, for me. Like, my selfish thing I like the most about these live streams is interacting with you, just chatting with you. So right now I'm looking at the chat and I see that Mr. has joined us, which is really good. And as I continue to get caught up on the chat over here, I see Mr. Grooves has given me an insight regarding why it might be relevant as I consider doing technical videos. And he says, I have to think about the fact that what I'm doing has very much zero context for a lot of people. And so not everyone is going to understand this kind of hardware and terminology and stuff. Oh, totally. Yeah. Mr. Groove says, help us get past some of the struggle spots. See, that's good. If it would be helpful like that, that's what I want to do. I want to do something that you would find helpful. So maybe I can just kind of like, I'll designate some stream maybe a couple days in advance as an experiment. Here, I hope you enjoy that wiggling camera now. Maybe I'll schedule it a couple days in advance so that anybody who's interested has an opportunity to see it. And I'll call it just like a, what do they call it? AMA? Is that what they do? I'm not a Reddit person, but I think AMA that's the Ask Me Anything. Maybe I'll do an Ask Me Anything. And I'll plan to just, like if nobody shows up or nobody has specific questions, they just kind of want to watch and they don't have like a specific need that has to be addressed. Then I can prepare or plan to do some kind of basic, simple content, like describe, as I say, this sound, start here, this like harmonized sound, and just describe how I made it, or listen to the bass and describe how I made that, or the hi-hats here. Well, it's more like shakers, I guess. Mr. Grooves is right that I had to learn this stuff, and because I learned it like putting my head down and just let me spend hours and 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 hours on this, and discover things that align with precisely my own needs. So I have this like very unique and perhaps you could argue like awkward slanted knowledge of the loopers. I know some simple basic things that probably all loop artists, all 505 artists know. Probably there's some kind of base shared knowledge. That's probably what's most useful to you. And the areas where I have more depthy knowledge may be unique to my setup, I'm not sure. Speaking of my setup, I saw also, was it Mr. Grooves? I think it might have been Mr. Grooves. Oh, I also see Moser right now says, keep it simple by just explain the process. Like, what am I doing exactly? Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm getting your feedback, now that you're telling me your thoughts and like, I guess your response and what it looks like to you. I guess if you don't have a 505, it probably is like extraordinarily unclear what's happening up here. All you see is like some glowing lights and 5 on each looper, and you see me going like this and like touching stuff, and you don't. It's probably extremely anti-obvious. What's going on? This is good for me to hear. Chat I'm getting caught up on right now. Selfishly, my favorite part, connecting with you like this is very good. Dubsbox says, I like the tinker strings. Commentary about what you're tinkering with while tinkering is interesting. More good feedback. That's very helpful. Thank you for being so helpful here. Dubsbox says, I like just hearing about other people's creative process. I see also Mr. Grooves adds, I've been doing music for 30 years, and I didn't even know what a balanced cable was until a month ago. Dude, we're not exactly twins, but yes, I agree with you. I've been doing music for not 30 years. Probably more like, let's say, a little over 20 years. Exactly how much over 20 years? Well, I guess a little over 25 years. So almost 30 years. Anyway. Mr. Grooves also adding some very helpful practical suggestions, such as invite questions in the chat and collect them, and then do something with them. Very practical. Mr. Grooves asked, is this a Hydrasynth? It is. A Hydrasynth Explorer, which is the small one. It's relatively new for me. I've had it for, I guess it's been a little over 3 months I've had it. This is the first time I've ever owned a synth. The first time I've ever done anything with like tinkering with the sound design. I mean, I used to produce beats in Reason, Propellerhead Reason, back in when it first came out, version 1.0, and also version 3.0. So that was just mad. That's like 2005 or something. Very, very long time ago. But I never had a piece of hardware where I was like physically moving knobs and things. I've never had a keyboard. This is the first time I've ever used a keyboard on like a regular basis. But yes, Hydrasynth Explorer. I see also right now that Inhibitor has made it. Is with us. Mr. Groove's also encouraging the likes. That's very nice. Thank you for that. I will give you a high five for that. Here's a high five. That's very nice. Thank you for that. Mr. Groove says, I'm interested in a Hydrasynth. I'm enjoying it a lot. I mean, as I said, it's my first synthesizer. I don't have anything to compare it to, really. But it's very fun. I'm like learning little things. I found at least one tutorial series on YouTube. Surprisingly, I didn't find a lot of tutorials. Like, why is there not like an overwhelming amount of tutorials? Unless that's just not being able to find them effectively on YouTube, which is very plausible. But I did find at least one good like series of videos, rather than just like a short taste. And I'm a couple videos in. I'm learning things about the Hydrasynth. It's cool. I see Mr. Groove says, oh man, I didn't like Reason because you had to flip it and do the wires around. Really? I actually did like that part. I thought that was very fun and cute, you know, and I appreciated that there had an endless supply of wires. That's one advantage, and you could always, you know, make as many as you want of a device. That was always very, you know, dope. But yeah, I have heard people say they're not a fan of Reason, so I'm with you. Inhibited said he just got back from a gig. Dope! That's nice. Mr. Groove says, have you thought about doing this with Ableton? I have not. When I stopped using Reason, which I think I probably still have the old installation disc somewhere. I wonder if I could even run it still. Ableton. I've never used Ableton. Is Reaper the freeware version of Ableton? I forget which one Reaper is a replacement for, but I've used Reaper, and I probably will use Reaper if I ever wind up making my rap EP, my 5-song rap EP. I'd like to do it, but oh man, do I have time for this? I have enough time to jump on a stream and do something that I have no preparation for and no follow-ups for. I have enough time to do that. So that's why I can do some streams. But to sit there and like find some good beats, put them into an arrangement, bounce them out, do some mixing, write some lyrics, record the lyrics, mix the lyrics, send it to get mastered. I just want to like fall on the floor. I sort of, I don't know, would I get a producer? If I do an album, I do want to, at some point, do an album of my beats. Like these looper beats. I've never done an album of my looper beats. I've done albums that I made in Reason. I've done 2 albums that I made in Reason. They're actually the 2 that you see in the back wall over there. These are the 2 albums of mine. And these are both, one of them is 6 songs, the other one is 5 songs. Mr. Groove says, do you have stuff on Bandcamp? Yeah, both of these are on Bandcamp. There's also this album, which is pretty good. This one is not just me. This is my fusion hip-hop group. My fusion hip-hop duo. Conscious Object. Conscious Object was pretty dope. I did 3 albums. I'm the rapper in Conscious Object. I don't know if I have CDs from I have a hip-hop crew as well. Or I had, past tense. We're no longer, the pandemic ruined that. We stopped being a group at the pandemic. Which was unfortunate, because we were seven rappers. I'm going to see if I have one of our albums over there. Hold on. As I get caught up on the chat. That has arrived. So the answer is yes, I do have one of our CDs. We released 2 albums. Unfortunately, the text I admit up front is going to be a little hard to read. At the top, the name of my group is Outside Voices. We only did 2 albums together. That's just 7 local dudes. We had 3 producers. It was really dope. Our story is fun. I know some of you have heard the story already. But the story is, just to try to tell it quickly. The story is that, you know, I used to rap I used to do shows in the local scene for a bunch of years. And there was shows at least, at least once every 2 months or so, but it was more than that. There was somebody putting a show on in our little community that we used to always put on shows. And it tended to be the same group of people mostly. There's like a core group of people who would pretty reliably come out to most shows. And a lot of them were rappers or producers. And they would come out to shows, you know, not just when they were playing, but they would, you know, they're down. We'd come out. I was one of those people, and all my guys in Outside Voices. So we would like always be at each other's shows all the time. We started collaborating, you know, I'm gonna go do a verse on your album, you come do a verse on my album. In fact, my album from Conscious Object, our album Closure, this is almost all collaborations. Well, maybe not almost all, but it looks like more than half. I don't know, I'm not doing careful math here. A lot, it's close to half or exceeding half, are all collaborations. And most of these collaborations are my people from Outside Voices. So one day, one of the guys, he's actually the only one who was both a rapper and a producer, at least in the crew. He was like, hey, we're always hanging out, we're always doing these shows, we're always jumping on each other's sets, we're always collaborating. Why don't we just do a crew? Like a straight up crew. And so he got this cabin where we didn't get a signal. There was electricity, but there wasn't really anything in the cabin. It was pretty empty. There's a refrigerator. You could use an electrical outlet to charge your phone, but there's no signal. Anyway, we got it over a holiday weekend. We drove out there on Saturday, and we had to like build a little rock bridge because there was, you know, it's like way in the middle of the woods. And one of my guys actually rapped about that. One of the lyrics on the album is about how we had to build a rock bridge to drive his car over. That was some seriously unstable and unsafe stuff. I would not have done that with my car. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so we got there on Saturday. It was like noon. I don't remember what time it was. Something approximately like noon on Saturday. And we wrote the album on Saturday. And we just, you know, really got down, and we had like just the maddest party that anybody could ever have. There was a bonfire. I like bonfires. And we wrote the album on Saturday. It was all done by the time we... Well, I don't know. Somebody might have been like finishing a couple lyrics on Sunday morning. But it was pretty much done on Saturday. And then we recorded it on Sunday. We had a recording engineer who we know came out to the cabin. He brought a mic. We got some good acoustics in there. We recorded the album on Sunday. This one is not. This was our. So that was the origin of our group, and that's where we came up with the name Outside Voices, because we were outside and all that. But then after that, that's when we released this album. This is more of a full length. This one's called Overture. And that was just another album that we wrote afterward. But then the pandemic and... While I was over there, I also got this album. This one's really dope. I don't know where you might find this. Oh, but anyway, those are all on Bandcamp. So my albums, me Reconsider It, my album Inclusive, that's the oldest one. This is the one that I'm most embarrassed of out of the whole stack. Then my second one, Sidestep, that's on Bandcamp also. And then Conscious Objects, this is our final album, definitely the best one, Closure. And then Outside Voices. On Bandcamp, this is OV Crew. If you do ovcrew.bandcamp.com, you'll get this. And our first album also. While I was over there looking at my stack of CDs, I also got this one. This is one of my guys, the guy on the right. His name is Rambunctious. The other guy on the left, his name is Vadar1. These were also some local cats who I knew. Ram was in my crew. Ram's really dope. I mean, so is Vadar1. It's tough to see their name because they did this like collaboration album, and this is so dope. This album is so goddamn good. You should really listen to this one. Like, so their name. Oh, you can see it on the back more clearly. I'm gonna put it up. Their name is Playfair Cypher. And you see their names under there, Rambunctious, Vadar1. This was produced by Pain One. Do you know Pain One? DJ Pain One? They got him to produce this. It's so good. I gotta bring this in my car or something. There's a lot of chat for me to get caught up on right now. I'm probably not going to get to respond to every single solitary one. And it has scrolled off the screen. But I'm just getting caught up. I see Inhibited said that sounds wild about the cabin. It was so good. That was such a good weekend. So yeah, we recorded the album on Sunday, and then we, passed out and partied on Sunday night, and we drove home on Monday. It was a 3-day weekend. It was in September. There's some, in the United States, there's some federal holiday in what is it, the first weekend of September? I'm not sure what it is, but it's, that's when we did it. It was that one that was like first weekend of September, I think. We have a Monday off, question mark. Not question mark though, exclamation point, because David is with us. Mr. Groove says the scene was so much more different before smartphones. Dude. We could have a very long conversation about the degradation of art and get real, opinionated, and at least I would probably get pretty snooty about, for example, I'm about to go on a rant. I hope you're ready for this. I'm going to do a rant about rap. So, as I said, there was my scene with my people where we used to, do all these shows and everything. None of us did the following. None of us, put on our own music with the lyrics in it and rapped over our own vocals. None of us did that. Zero. And so it's always so bizarre when things started changing, as we got in the late 20-teens. Late 20-teens, it started to be a lot more of just someone getting up there and rapping over his own produced album. And I'm like, okay, the album is pretty dope, but where's the instrumental version so that you can rap on it? And I remember one guy in particular, I forget who it was, but I remember the conversation where he was saying, as a rapper, he was saying, I'm not getting up there, what did he say, to do, aerobics or something. He's like, hey man, I'm getting up there to rap, not to, do exercise, because he couldn't do it. He physically couldn't do it. And he would get out of breath and all this. I'm like, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's more of if you can write, that is a skill. Performing it is also a skill. You could be good at both. You could be good at one but not the other. And all of those combinations are okay. You could also not be good at either. That's also okay. But you shouldn't assume that, one doesn't matter. Oh, who cares about the performance element? Dude, I do. I paid dollar bills just to come here to see you. Unfortunately, there's really not much of a live scene anymore. At least not where I am. Maybe it's different elsewhere, but I talk to other artists who say similar. I think there's just not much of a music demand like there used to be. In the 90s, that's when I fell in love with music, and I was like, oh, I want to be a musician. I want to be a rock star. I'm going to be a famous touring rock star. That's me at age, 13 or what? Whatever age I was. I liked music before then. I forget when I wanted to actually, for real, wanted to be an artist. Somewhere in my teens. I forget when that was. I forget where I was going with that. Right now I see we have been blessed indeed because this world's a hero is with us. Also see that has arrived. So anyway, if there were demand for live music, that'd be cool. There just doesn't really seem to be much of a demand. I don't know when that ended. I think it was probably the pandemic or close to it. You know, maybe the 20-teens or so is when it's just not really much of a thing. Anyway, I was saying the 1990s or so. That's when I was like, woo, musician, everybody loves music, let's do music forever. But maybe it was like the Napster era, question mark, where it was just like all of a sudden infinite music everywhere in every direction. And eventually it stopped being like special. It stopped being like, oh wow, you can, play a guitar? That's impressive. I want to observe that with my own eyes. It's like people don't feel that way. If you do see someone who's a very masterful guitarist and he does make your jaw drop, that's cool. But that's not like a popular cultural thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are just different places. And maybe there are places where live music is a cool thing. Used to be. I see there's Trusto's talking about the Jonathan R. Cross stream. Man, he's so dope. I'm glad that he does his shows every Thursday, but I also kind of wish he did more. There is absolutely no topping his jazzy sprinkles. There's no topping. It is like a straight up tragic crime that he doesn't have like 5 million followers. His jazzy sprinkles are just the dopest. I'm like, yes, more. Give me more of that. Jack says some spoken word would work well here. You think so? I used to do that. I used to do spoken word poetry. Before I did any music, anything. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Before I performed in public. The first thing I performed in public on a regular basis of my own creation was poetry. I was part of a poetry community that had every Wednesday and, much more. Maybe that's why I started my Loops and Chill on Wednesday. Maybe I had some affinity for that. I wonder what subconscious influences might have brought that decision about. Also, other poetry nights. It was frequently, other local areas. You drive like hour, 45 minutes away. My patience with driving distances has dropped. I used to be comfortable driving, I'm going to drive an hour and a half to that thing that's ordinary for me to go to. Let me drive that 45 minutes, that's nothing. Nowadays, I'm like, I don't want to be driving. I don't want to be stuck in a car. Let me be doing something else. So even driving like 20 minutes is kind of pushing it. Buck says, I'm not as crazy about the sprinkles, but I do like the music. That's fair. Jack says, oh, awesome, a lyrical poet. Yeah, that's what people used to tell me, actually. Because it was always like rhythmic. I mean, maybe not always. I did do freeform stuff. I was always experimenting with my lyric style, performing it. That's part of why my style, like, people who know my rap style, they're like, nobody sounds like this. They're like, I've never heard anything like this. Like, what is this style? Like, I can perfectly hear everything. You sound like you're talking. And yet it's all of these, 3 different layers of 3-syllable rhymes. Right, yeah. That's because I developed through the crucible of performance poetry first, then moved into rap after that. And I also did it through performance, which means the way that I write was not, I don't know if I've ever said this out loud before. But anyway, the way that I write my raps is not like I sit there and, have a pen and I write or I type. I'm performing it. Not everybody writes like that. Some people do. They write it down and then they, incorporate it into the beat or whatever their process is. But for me, I'm always like, I'm sort of like AI. I'm kind of writing it syllable by syllable, feeling out the beat and the rhythm and stuff. And so I'm really navigating it as a poet. And the rhyming and all that comes secondary. I also was a drummer in my grade school band for like 6 years. Is that right? 6? Yeah, 6 years. So rhythms and such are really deeply ingrained in me. Rhythms, then performance poetry, then rap after that, and then writing, songs came after that. Some people do it totally different. Some people like write songs first and then they try to figure out how to rap, and so whatever it is, but that's why my style is so like unorthodox and unique. I really would like to rap more. It's just a lot of work, a lot of effort, and a lot of time. Says that Michael Jackson would beatbox and have the band mimic it. Really? That's actually really cool. Because I think the first song I ever recorded of my own creation, I didn't have any instruments. I was in my late teens and I had a computer, and I used to use Acid. If you've ever used Acid, which is a way to just like mix sound samples. Not even really mix them, but just like arrange them. But the first time that I made my own sound samples, I had this really crummy computer microphone that was just very bad quality. And it just beatboxed like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers. I don't know how many. Probably more than 4. It's probably 6 or 7 layers. And I just arranged some beatboxing, which was basically this. It's basically what I'm doing with my looping. It's just like terrible singing into this microphone, and then sound effects make it sound nice. And that was the first thing I ever created, was basically like that. And I remember thinking like, oh, if I could just make this sound like an instrument, if I could make this doodle-doo, if I could make that sound like whatever. So it's interesting to hear that Michael Jackson used to do that. That's cool, actually.
thing that I was thinking about the other day. Related to streams, because I was talking about how I'm considering making some changes to my streams, format, which days and times I do as a guaranteed set of time per week. I'm thinking about putting some kind of, I don't know, note. Whether that's in the video description or it's something visually on the screen that says you're going to get the most out of this with headphones. Somebody shared that with me the other day. She's like, yeah, I thought your stuff was pretty cool. And then I listened to it on some good headphones and I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, is that not obvious? So I guess that's not obvious. So I was thinking about maybe doing that. It's like, yeah, this is definitely meant for headphone consumption. Musician friends who may not have heard it previously. This one is tuned to the key of F sharp. Beats per minute is 117.0. sense? I see also that Wagyu has made it. This has been a very excellent tinkering in the studio stream. Man, this has been such a good time. I love connecting with you like this. There was a lot of good chat, a lot of good feedback that you gave me, including what you like and what's helpful for you and ways that I can provide value to you as I think about how I'm going to be changing my live streams, my weekly streams. As we wrap up this Tinkering in the Studio stream, I must celebrate you. Whether you are joining us here live in the chat, or you are joining us here in the live but you are not in the chat, or you are joining us after the live, watching on replay. However you're joining us, I am going to celebrate you at this time. I am going to do this in the most expert and speedy way. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to clink the screen on 3, and we're all going to clink along and celebrate our togetherfulness. It's going to be so good. It all begins on 1, and then the 2, and then, my friends, it all comes together on 3. Refreshing. It's such a good time. Oh, I love it. Please like this video. I hope to see you in the next live stream. My regulars know that we do these Tinkering in the Studio streams in an unscheduled manner. It could be any day of the week, any time of day. We could do an hour, and we could do 3 or 4 beats. We could do 2 hours. We could do an hour and a half and do 1 beat the whole time. We might chat a lot. We might start integrating some of that technical looper stuff. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we're talking about in the next Tinkering in the Studio stream. If you've got notifications enabled, you'll be able to join us. My regulars know that we got a second type of live stream. We got Loops and Chill. Every Wednesday and Saturday we do Loops and Chill, which is different. That's an hour of just 1 beat after another. Not as much talking. I don't talk during the songs. I talk between songs. There's still chatting going on. We do an hour of 1 beat after another. Usually get through 4 or 5 beats at least. Join us for Loops and Chill every Wednesday and Saturday. And until then, my friends, until then, please have a very good, a very fulfilling and uplifting and healing full rest of your day today. Please have a very good, a very enlightening rest of your day today. Please let the rest of your day today bring you all sorts of benefits and blessing and goodness. Please feel rested and rejuvenated today. Please validated Please feel validated today. Please be on the receiving end of validation today. You were right the whole time. Please let the rest of your day today remind you and also give you new reasons why it's an inspiring experience to wake up and experience another day. Please let the rest of your day bring you to all manner of places that are healthy and beneficial for you. And I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.